Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia on the Lawrencia TV, a channel that celebrates ordinary people doing extraordinary things. So please subscribe, like, share, and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime I post new content. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about poverty mentality, the vicious cycle. I mean, I had a totally different topic before now. So yesterday I was on Instagram and I saw a post by Reno or Mockery, and he detailed recipe for poverty. And reading his post kind of inspired me to do today's topic. So I had to literally abandon the topic I wanted to do before now. Yes. So today's topic, I will be talking about poverty mentality, the vicious cycle. The first point is getting married when you don't have a job or a business. Like I find it very difficult to understand this part because I mean, I understand that, you can grow within marriages, you can, it's supposed to be a partnership. When you're getting married, you're basically going into that union, especially in Africa, you're going to have children. So I don't know how that works when you don't have a job and you don't have a business and you're going into that union knowing you're going to procreate. So it's very difficult for me to comprehend. I'm not against marriage. Marriage is a very beautiful thing. If you marry the right person and if you find your own perfect, because people are different. You can see somebody who is perfect and that person is not perfect for you. So find your own happiness, find your own perfect, but also find a job or learn a trade, do a business. Especially in African mentality, when the title of the missus is even more than a job. You see people graduate, get a job, buy a car or buy a house, and then you're looking at them like, which man is going to, come and marry you when you've achieved all these things? And I think that plays a major part in our mentality, in the sense that we believe that we have to get into a husband's house before we can even start achieving anything. The problem that poses is that you get into those places, you're kind of conditioned into, the perfect wife thing, especially when you have a husband who is not really open, in terms of, my wife, I'm getting married to this person, she is her own person, she can actually go and achieve certain things by herself. If you're not married to that kind of person, then you're limited to the kind of things that you can do. Ladies, I mean, I'm talking to ladies now, because I think you are the one that most times bear the burden, because when a child is crying, they come to you. Get a job. Start a business. Learn a trade. Learn skills. Do something. I mean, if I tell you the number of people that felt it was okay to get married before having a career, not really a career, just a job, and then they come back to me and say, oh, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And I'm thinking, how did we get here? Like, you could have done better. Not in the marriage sense. Your husband is perfect. Your children are perfect. You can balance, especially in the society where we live in today. The cost of living is high, no matter where you're living. It's very difficult for one source of income to kind of cater for the family. So let us do better, before you get married. Please, even if your family is paying for the wedding, even if your family is paying for everything, they are not going to give you, even if they are sending you upkeep, it's not going to be enough to give you the kind of life that you would have been able to afford for yourself if you actually have something you're doing. So please, 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 we can do better. One thing I've learned, it's very important to have your own money. Ladies, have your own money, no matter what. Even if you're married to a very rich person, even if he provides everything, find time to do, those little things. Sometimes we ignore little source of income because they are too small, they don't give you that much money, but it adds up. It certainly does add up. If you start that now, in the next 10 years you don't even know what that is going to be. So please start something. Start doing anything, no matter how small it is. Just ensure that you have a bigger plan for the future. That's all I have to say. So the next point is having more children than you can afford. I honestly don't get it. I mean, I've had conversations with people, and one of the points that they make is, I need to have a lot of children so that, when I'm retired or when I'm in my old age, I could have people to take care of me. And I'm like, what if you don't even get to your old age? Tailor life to suit our circumstances. If your circumstances permit you to have 2 children, have 2 of them. If it's one, have 1 child. Okay? Just do what you can afford. Tailor your life to your resources, and you're going to find out you're going to enjoy life and you're going to be happy. You're not going to blame your children. Most of them grow up and say, oh, I gave up everything for you. No, you did not. That child did not ask to be born. You gave birth to that child. And it was your responsibility. It was your decision to have that child. So you don't have any right to blame any child saying, oh, I gave up everything for you. No, 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 no. You gave up everything because you made that decision to have that multiple children. Let's just do better. We're in day and age where things have even become more difficult. Cost of living is high. So if things used to work back in the days, I don't think a lot of people can get away with that in the society that we live in. So let's learn, let's unlearn, let's relearn certain ways of life, and we will be happy. So this next point I'm going to make, I know some people will come for my head, and the mentality of sowing seed to get money. The mentality of sowing seed to get miracle money. I was reading somewhere and they said that the bank of the Black community is the church. You see, white folks, they have savings accounts. They have savings account for their children. They have savings account for even the unborn children. They build wealth, accumulated wealth, and they pass on this wealth to their children, to their grandchildren, and it goes down line from generations to generation. If you're paying tithe, I'm not against paying tithe. I'm not against anybody sowing seed. Do what works for you. But if you're not financially buoyant and every 10% of your money you're giving to the church, instead of saving that money to actually help you build up your account or help you save some money to maybe invest in the future, then I don't think we understand how that affects us as a people. It affects a lot of things. And you can't even go back to the church to say, I'm in trouble, I need this amount of money. They will not help you. But just imagine you've been in a church, you've been attending the church for over 10 years and you've been sowing seed, you've been paying tithe, you've been doing offering, and after 10 years you had maybe job loss, financial issues, and there's no way, you can't go to that church and say, I've been paying tithe for 10 years, I've been sowing seed for this amount of time, I've been giving first fruits. I've given first fruit. 1st of January, I've given my salary or my paycheck to the church, and now I'm having this financial issue. Can you help me? They will not help you. But if you're putting that money in a bank as a savings, you must have had interest, and then you can go to that bank, get that money, and do something with that. I'm not saying don't pay tithe. I'm not saying don't pay offering. If you're paying all these tithes and sowing seeds, your pastor is driving private, have multiple private jets, and you can't even, you're living paycheck by paycheck, yet you're sowing seed and you're paying tithes. You need to sit down, analyze your life, and think of what you're doing, because at the end of the day, if you're still going to put your child in that school, you're going to pay the school fees. Even if you've been paying tithes and sowing seed for forever, you're still going to pay school fees, and your pastor has multiple private jets. So if you have it, pay. If you don't have it, it's only going to lock you in that poverty cycle that you're going to be in. It's going to, lock you there, and every day you're praying for miracle, you're praying for miracle. God is not going to come down and give you miracle. You are going to go out there by what you've saved, by your skills, by your determination. You're going to go out there and you're going to make things for yourself. Your pastor that is telling you sow seed and pay tithe, when they want to do any little projects, they come to you, but you can't actually go to your pastor and say, I have a problem. You can't do that. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about, the next point I think is very important, that keeps people in that, poverty line, is spirit of entitlement. There are some people who think people are supposed to do things for them. This person is supposed to, I am like this because this person didn't do this for me. I am like this because this person was supposed to do that or do this and they didn't do it. That's why I'm like this. No. You are like that because you choose to be like that. You're that way because I think one of the major things that people fail to understand is you can actually start very small. You mustn't start there if you can't afford it. If you're waiting for somebody to give you capital to start something, then you're not ready to start. You can start somewhere, no matter what you want to do, unless you want to tell me you want to buy a private jet. If you want to go into transportation and you're saying the first thing I want to do is to actually go into aviation when you don't have money, then you have a problem. Let's do better. Before you get married, make sure you have, even if you've gone to school, you graduated, make sure you learn a skill, learn different things. I mean, even if you're working, that doesn't mean you can't do any other thing to multiple streams of income in the 21st century. If there's nothing you have learned in this day and age, is the fact that the only way forward is having multiple streams of income. If nobody has told you that, I am here to tell you to have multiple streams of income. There is no shame in anybody, trying to be okay for themselves before even getting into any union. So, and if you're getting into that union, let's say, okay, you've tried everything, and for some reason, best known to you, nothing is working, and you decide to get married. Don't have more children than you can afford. Only have kids that you can cater for. Don't go and have 5, 6 of them, 7 of them, because you think, okay, when you're older, those children are going to take care of you, when you've not even taken care of them. Next, let's say if you've even had all this problem, you got married without having a job, you have multiple children, then you're sowing seed. The ones that you're supposed to even save and use in investing, you're paying tithe, sowing seed, so that God will bless whatever you want God to bless. It's still keeping you down that part. Money management and investment. Let's learn those things instead of putting all your money in a place where it's not going to benefit you. And then the spirit of entitlement. Don't be entitled, don't feel entitled to anybody's money. Work hard for your own money. Have multiple streams of income. Even if you're earning 1 naira per day, it's going to add up in a month, in a year. You can see the difference it's going to make, instead of just sitting down doing nothing. Don't think I am like this because this person did not help me. You can actually go out there and help yourself. Help yourself. Most times, 90% of the time, somebody that is going to help you will not even know you. They might just look at you from afar and see the way you're working hard, you're hustling, and they be like, oh, I actually like the way you're hustling, and I would like to help you. 90% of the time, that is how life is. So don't feel entitled to anybody's money. Okay? Right. So that concludes today's episode of Poverty Mentality, the Vicious Cycle. So if I've said anything that you don't like, if I've said anything that you don't like, well, I am not going to apologize for my opinion. But you can leave your comments in the comment section. Let me hear your thoughts. Let me hear your feelings. Let me hear how maybe it has affected you or impacted in your life one way or the other. And if you want to share any of your stories, if you want me to listen to your own experience, you can also email me at admin@didilaurenctv.com. So please subscribe, like, share, and also click on that notification bell to get notified anytime I post the content. So let us do better. Let us do better. Thank you very much. Bye bye.